Hello and welcome to the Siebel 22 highlights. My name is Alexander Hansal with Black Sheep IT Consulting. So back in 2018, Oracle started to put Siebel CRM along with other software under the Applications Unlimited umbrella under the continuous release model. So that means from Siebel 18 to the current release and actually back to 17.0. So if you're on any release 17.0 or higher, you can apply what is known as the monthly updates. Of course, you can skip months, they are cumulative, and there's no such thing as a horrendously expensive upgrade project anymore. So good news for any customer already have made the jump to IP17 and higher. And the 22 release was full to the brim with new features and enhancements. So let's dig into January. So 22.1 saw, for example, the integration with CrowdTwist, a analytics and loyalty platform on Oracle Cloud. And we will see more Oracle Cloud integrations in this presentation. 22.2, the February release, was a minor one, but it included, for example, the LOV Import Service, now included with the repository upgrade and fully documented. A very valuable service for anyone who wants to manage list of values in modern Siebel versions. Fast forward to March 2023, we saw a new addition to the Inbound REST API, namely the ability to invoke workflow processes. And also in 22.3, Oracle changed again the way we rename repositories after full migration, hopefully for the final time. Now the new syntax still uses siebdevcli, but with a different switch. In April, we saw an update to Web Tools, much anticipated. This is the parity of Web Tools to Siebel Tools, not happening this year. And we had the validation being available in Web Tools with a bit of enhancements above Siebel Tools, so it's even superior. Test automation is another area where we see a lot of repeated enhancements, and a minor one, but noteworthy, is the ability to generate JSON reports and modern HTML reports with test automation 22.4 and higher. Another feature or enhancement in 22.4 was the addition of pre- or post-processing for the EAI REST adapter service, the service behind the inbound REST API, allowing us to run business service methods, well, pre or post the processing of incoming messages. And that one was really worth the wait. In May 2022, Oracle delivered the long-promised data visualization components, the dashboard style views that you can now create with applet types, new applet types, infolets, hierarchy applets, timeline applets. So yeah, knock yourself out. If you're interested in data visualization, check out the new data visualization video training on the Siebel Hub Learning Experience. The migration application got some love too in May, which means you can now abort a running migration plan execution, query the history, and delete history records. And not forgetting the many additions we got in 22 and prior years to the inbound REST API from an industry perspective, and the pricing administration REST API was introduced to support DX4C LaunchX integration, another cloud product that is now better integrated with Siebel CRM. And who doesn't love ZooKeeper? ZooKeeper replacing the Siebel file and keeping the enterprise configuration store organized. ZooKeeper 3.8 was delivered with 22.6. And one more for the cloud or not. If you run Siebel in cloud or modern on-prem environments, you're probably thinking about running Siebel as containers. So your Siebel server, AI, gateway become a container, probably Docker. So Oracle has been shipping ready-built, ready-to-use Docker containers for every single monthly release for quite a while now. The big change here happened in June 22 was the official bookshelf documentation of using those containers and how to download and run them. And a minor one, favorite of mine, is the ability to scroll in list applets just with your mouse wheel like it is 22 or 2002 rather. And this mouse wheel support has been enhanced, so now users were taken by surprise to having to press the Shift key while moving the mouse wheel. So this is now in place also since June. July saw the workspace enablement for Task UI just on the spot 2 years after workflow processes got fully workspace enabled, got their own RR table and everything, and a new configuration view. And to celebrate, Oracle also put the task editor into web tools. So now joining the workflow editor in the comfort of your browser. This brings us to a point where we can look at what is still not workspace managed. So as of the recording, anything related to schema like tables, columns, indexes, or closely related to schema like assignment, objects, and so on, and the OpenUI manifest, both repository stored object definitions or types of object definitions, are not yet managed by workspaces. So there are mandatory design repository, but not workspace managed. And on the right-hand side, you see the non-repository data, most of which is not workspace by managed, except list of values. So no files or no script, JavaScript content or enterprise configuration at that has any out-of-the-box workspace or version management. We saw a general availability of Siebel Cloud Manager in 2022. So Cloud Manager is a tool that lives on the Oracle Cloud, at least at the time of this recording, and supports the famous lift and shift use case, the ability to lift and shift existing on-premises or in-cloud deployments to an OCI Kubernetes cluster with a new target architecture that Oracle dubs CRM, just to confuse us, and there will be a new architecture which is currently in beta, the Siebel Component Services architecture. Both these new types of architectures that we get a glimpse into in 2022 use the infrastructure as code or GitOps principle. So brace yourself to no longer go to Server Manager, but go to a text editor of your choice and edit a YAML file and then commit it to Git and see the magic of Flux and Helm working. Forward to August 22, we saw the addition in the repository to support function-based indexes, a very much welcomed change. And we also saw the official support for OAuth 2.0 when you are connecting to Microsoft Exchange Online. That's because Microsoft is deprecating or has deprecated basic authentication, so users are in quite a need for some solutions here. September saw enhancement to the Outbound REST API. First and foremost, the support of OpenAPI 3.0 for importing, and also enhancements to the import wizard and filter services, so you can now add pre and post processing in the outbound REST API. So this joins the inbound REST API for pre and post processing. In October, another OCI integration was made available. This time it's the AI services, artificial intelligence. Yes, you're hearing that right. Siebel CRM is now using or can use the language and speech APIs of the Oracle Artificial Intelligence Services. Check out the siebelhub.com learning experience for our brand new training on OCI AI Services Integration. And in November, we got the support for OpenAPI 3.0 for the inbound REST API. So when you use those describe URLs, you now get an OpenAPI 3.0 document. And test automation got enhanced as well in 22.11 with two things. The first one's parallel batch runs. Yes, you can now run multiple batches or master suite executions on a single machine using multiple instances of the browser. And not stopping there, test automation got a new keyword, InvokeRest, and that says what it does, what it says on the tin. It invokes REST, not any REST API, just the Siebel inbound REST API, but it does that very well and you can work out for yourself what nice use cases you might have. And if you want to have all these or most of these nice features, you probably have to run the repository upgrade, and that one got an update in 22.11 as well, in that it now no longer can support a integration workspace that is a direct child of main. You have to create your own integration workspace and specify that one. The last monthly update for 22.12 brings yet another update for the REST API. In 22.12 you can now reuse integration objects that already exist in your repository for any new or previously generated outbound REST integration services. And the second noteworthy enhancement and feature in 22.12 is the ability to configure multiple customizable products in the same view in parallel. Now, this is a quite hefty new feature, comes with a lot of new and updated workflows, BCs, and so forth. So how do you get to the latest Siebel 22 or even 23 goodness? So keep in mind we are saying 22 plus here. 22 plus means literally anything current at the time of this recording, or at the time you're watching it, it might be 2023. And of course this applies to any future version, well, until Oracle changes it. But for now, the mandatory steps to do an update for your existing Siebel IP 17 or higher environment is take a backup, run the modular deployment engine or MDE, which puts down the binaries and runs the post-install database update if you wanted to, or you run it manually. You have to run the post-install database update. It's completely mandatory. And then there are optional steps. The biggest optional step is a repository upgrade. Then you might have to follow some config instructions in the release notes, or changing your DR repository. Then there are known issues or administrative changes. So to put this in a diagram, the DR or development environment update starts with a complete backup of your environment database, bring down the environment, run the MDE on all machines, and on the first Siebel server you run usually post-install database update to apply the post-installation database updates. You run the repository upgrade if it's necessary to do so. You apply configuration instruction if that's necessary, and you have to test and deliver those repository changes. Then follow the administrative changes like changing parameters, changing implementations of interfaces, etc. And then you're done with your development environment. The test and production or RR environments are a bit simpler to update, so still you have to take a complete backup, bring down the environment, run the MDE, make sure post-install database update runs against the database, and then if you had applied any repository changes, you use the migration application to do an incremental or full migration, including the seed changes from DR to RR, which is then followed by applying any administrative changes if there are any. So compared to an upgrade, which you see on the lower portion of your screen, an update from IP17 or higher to the current 22 plus or Siebel 23 plus release is measured in just a few days, whereas an upgrade or incremental repository merge, which is the high-speed version from a prior version, IP16 and earlier, takes months or sometimes years. And what if you want to learn all about Siebel 23 or how to upgrade, how to update? It's easy as 1, 2, 3 to get ready for Siebel 23 with the Siebel Hub Learning Experience. So the Siebel Hub ensures we have the only always up-to-date Siebel curriculum on the market with 15 courses with a total of over 100 modules you can pick and choose for tailored or customized learning paths. We provide live training with expert instructors, self-paced video training with expert instructors, and also instructor-led coaching if you wish. So go to siebelhub.com for more information. And the Siebel 23 workshop is brand new. Stay tuned for more information and will be chock full with modules on any topic that is touched in modern Siebel versions, such as architecture, installation, updates, diagnostics, ZooKeeper, containerization, data visualization, mobile applications, and so forth. What if the video you're purchasing on the Siebel Hub Learning Experience has been recorded in 22.2? What? Is that video training already outdated? No, it is not. With the continuous learning experience, the Siebel Hub ensures that you stay up to date with all monthly updates in the future. That includes videos on YouTube and a continuous update page there where you can find all the relevant updates that were made since your video was recorded. So go to siebelhub.com and start learning today. Thanks much for watching. Take care and bye-bye.